In this quick tutorial, we'll show you how to change a broken down tube. Today we'll take a look at replacing the VG side of a T2C with a 3-to-1 pulley system. If the down tube is crushed at the center of the bend, the first step is to finish breaking the down tube so you have access to the broken ends, and then spread the material to allow the VG rope to pass through the broken areas. Remove the ball lock pin and separate the base tube from the down tube. Next, you'll want to remove the end plugs from the top and bottom of the broken down tube by removing the pin and safety ring that hold them in. Remove the small bushing retaining the VG system and front and rear wires in the bottom plug. Untie the knots in the lower VG rope and remove the rope from the lower down tube plug. Gently remove the broken down tube parts away from the glider and remove the VG system completely. If you have the 2-to-1 VG system, such as on an earlier T2 or Sport 2 or U2, the lower VG cord simply runs up from its attachment in the bottom plug, around the pulley, and back down through the down tube. Feed the VG system into the new down tube from the top, taking care that the VG ropes are properly oriented and not twisted. It is important that when ordering your down tube, you know the difference between a slipstream and a slipstream 2 down tube. All models prior to the T2 and the T2C use the original slipstream legs. The T2 and the T2C use a slipstream 2. The difference is the center column and where the VG system is placed. Even on the T2, the original slipstream can be used on the left side, but it is imperative that the slipstream 2 be used on the VG side. When feeding the VG system into the new down tube, you can use something rigid to help it along. In this example, we tied the VG system to the loose end of the nose wire and use the nose wire to feed the VG system through the down tube. Once the VG system is through the new down tube, double check that all lines are straight and that there are no twists. Then replace the top down tube plug, the pin, and the safety ring. At the other end of the down tube, install the front and rear wires and VG system into the bottom down tube plug. The bushing that you removed earlier holds all of these pieces in place. Make absolutely sure that the bushing has captured all of these pieces. Insert the lower VG rope through the hole in the bottom down tube plug. The rope must pass to the outside of the lower front wire. Install the lower down tube plug into the down tube and replace the pin and safety ring. The last step is assembling the glider and checking the operation of the VG. A few additional notes on replacing down tubes. Sport 2s and U2s come standard with litestream down tubes. Litestream down tubes are also an option on Talons, T2s, and T2Cs. If your glider is equipped with litestream down tubes, they can only be replaced by litestream down tubes. When replacing a broken down tube, it is also important to check the sidewire tang. Occasionally, a sidewire tang can become elongated. This is not an indication of an overloaded sidewire. Instead, it is an indicator that the tang has been squeezed, much like a nutcracker, between the base tube end bracket and the down tube end plug. If the tang is elongated, the sidewire will need to be replaced. If you had any trouble removing the ball lock pin, it is likely an indicator that the pin is bent. In the case of an aluminum base tube, if you cannot get the pin out by other means, you will likely need to replace the base tube end bracket and the down tube bottom plug, along with the ball lock pin. In the case of a carbon base tube, replacing the bracket is not an option because it is bonded into the base tube. In this case, you will need to find a way to remove the pin if you are to avoid having to replace the base tube.